Hello, it's Friday the 21st of July. I'm Simon Whitney and welcome to issue 61 of Travers Smith's Sustainability Insights. This week, we're looking at new international sustainability reporting standards. Last month, the International Sustainability Standards Board, the ISSB, published its first set of sustainability disclosure standards. Building on a variety of other initiatives, and after rapid but extensive stakeholder consultation, the ISSB has laid out a disclosure framework and has set some minimum requirements. The ISSB's declared aim is to provide useful and comparable data to aid investor decision making, and it hopes that these standards will become the global baseline for sustainability reporting. There are good reasons to believe that will happen. While some companies will adopt these standards voluntarily, it's also expected that many national regulators, including in the UK, will in time make them mandatory, perhaps with additional requirements layered on top. In this first phase, there are two new IFRS standards, IFRS S1, a general standard, and IFRS S2, which is focused on climate. Other issue-specific standards are expected to follow in due course. IFRS S1 sets out the test for whether any given matter must be included in a sustainability report. It requires that a reporting entity should disclose information about all sustainability-related risks and opportunities that could reasonably be expected to affect either the entity's cash flows, its access to finance, or its cost of capital over the short, medium, or long term. This requirement is framed as a financial materiality test, but it's deliberately very expansive. In appropriate cases, it certainly will include information about the entity's value chain in scope of the disclosure requirement. The general standard adopts the four key themes that will be familiar to those who have prepared TCFD compliant disclosures: governance, strategy, risk management, and metrics and targets. There are requirements laid out for each of these categories, and accompanying guidance offers explanation for reporting entities. Companies are expected to look beyond the standards themselves in determining how to report specific matters, including by using metrics developed by other organizations when a specific IFRS standard does not yet exist. The climate-specific standard, IFRS S2, is designed to be used in combination with the general standard. It focuses on the physical and the transitional risks of climate change, as well as climate-related opportunities. The ISSB standard goes beyond the TCFD requirements in certain respects, but it's clear that anyone who has prepared a TCFD compliant report will already be well placed to comply with the requirements of S2. The required disclosures include Scope 1, 2, and 3 greenhouse gas emissions, including financed emissions, where the disclosure's activities include asset management, commercial banking, or insurance. The ISSB's sustainability disclosure standards are likely to be widely used, and they will be a major step forward in ensuring sustainability disclosures are rigorous and comparable. The standards are awaiting endorsement by IOSCO, which consists of over 130 countries' market regulators, and a number of countries have already indicated their intention to adopt them. In the UK, it's expected that the government and the financial regulator, the FCA, will integrate ISSB standards into both corporate and financial entity reporting requirements. An advisory body has already issued a call for evidence on the suitability of the final standards for the UK market and any amendments that might be needed. Companies reporting under the EU's Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, the CSRD, will take some comfort from the fact that the EU standard setters have been working with the ISSB to ensure that the EU standards, which are now in near final form, are interoperable with IFRS standards. However, the ISSB has noted that the development of the EU standards predates even the existence of the ISSB, resulting in a need to back solve the global baseline issue. There are some important differences between the standards, most notably the EU's insistence on a double materiality threshold. CSRD reporting entities must consider both impact materiality, effectively the entity's impact on the outside world, as well as financial materiality. The extent to which the ISSB's expansive definition of financial materiality excludes matters which would fall within the EU's definition of impact materiality is not clear. However, what is clear is that the EU's prescriptive process of stakeholder engagement, where even nature is considered a silent stakeholder, embedded in its methodology to establish impact materiality, seems to impose significant additional obligations on a CSRD reporting entity. That stakeholder engagement process makes it more likely that impacts will be identified, but also gives rise to further litigation risks. Many alternative asset managers that are regulated in the UK, especially those with assets under management of at least £5 billion, are already preparing to issue sustainability reports consistent with the TCFD recommendations. And many large private companies will also be in scope of similar reporting requirements. In developing processes to collect relevant data and establishing structures to manage sustainability risks and opportunities, it will certainly be sensible to be mindful of these new ISSB requirements, even if they're not mandatory for the time being. Thank you for listening. If you would like more information on this topic, please check out our website, where you can also sign up to receive future editions of these insights, or you can drop me an email, simon.whitney@traverssmith.com.